All right, what's up, yins, guys? I'm gonna feature a video here for you guys today, and this is an idea I was like working on, but I was gonna make it more elaborate and maybe some of yins guys would probably give me a few ideas. I have ideas of my own, but these here, for yins guys that maybe just following my channel here. This idea would work if any of you guys have maybe Clubbells that you buy at the weightlifting store or the sports store or wherever the hell you buy them. But I noticed though too that I was going to talk about it in a separate video. You can buy kettlebell all over. Buy the kettlebells in Walmart and everywhere. And Clubbells ain't featured that much, even though the Clubbell is all over YouTube. If you go to find it, they use them in yoga and everything. Half of the people you either work next to or you're around in the actual world never really heard of it, and they look. I mean, maybe if you had a Clubbell from the weightlifting store, they would know right away what they are. But if you're using anything other than the actual Clubbell in a weightlifting store like I do, I'm a little bit different, and I explain this in a little way. You're regarded as either crazy, or they give you funny looks, or some people are into it and some people ain't. But this is a little idea that if you even buy Clubbells in a weightlifting store, I have to come out here instead of doing it in my area or living room or wherever. Come out here and do this. I decided to put them on wheels instead of carry them, and I got to put them down and open the door and bring them out, lean them against the wall, open the door, stick them out here, close the door. I said, why don't I find a dolly or something to carry on? So the girlfriend got the idea. She went and got this dolly, but I had an idea. I'm doing this for now, and I kind of, have this big old bungee cord, and I wrap it around there. It's secure, and it's so they don't fall all over the place. But the eventual idea is I was going to try to turn this into a caddy, like some kind of box I can attach or bracket onto here, like over here. Or maybe the same nature as I don't want to say a golf bag, or you know how croquet mallets have a kind of a rack, some of them are on wheels. And a golf bag, I don't want it to come all the way to here, but maybe something that, boxes in over here so they don't move, or holes, the stick, put them in and all that, so they don't move around. But then over here, maybe some kind of things that I could, bracket it or strap it or something to clasp it, a clasp that opens or closes, or snaps into place. But this kind of thing kind of holds them pretty well. They don't go anywhere. Each of these, they weigh about damn near 25 pounds each. They look like they weigh more. But same thing, that guy, that McGuire dude, has a set of the Indian clubs from the Iranian Persian workout stuff, which I'm highly influenced by, along with American Clubbell, and I studied Clubbell stuff and baton stuff from all kind of sports and stuff from all over the world. But anyway, that McGuire said, something McGuire, he has the regular Zirconia clubs, which I think that people should make their own, carve them out of wood, carve their own pictures on them, or personalize them for themselves, But in my case, I worked at a scrapyard once, and I'd advise you and some of you guys, if you work in any kind of area, get yourself cold rolled steel, but please obtain them with permission, or if you want to purchase them from a place you work with. Or if they're scrapped, they'll let you take them home, or if you can purchase it, don't do anything like steal. And in my case, I worked at a scrapyard, and some of the stuff they couldn't, that either would make them a little profit, and you were able to buy them, just get proper permission and buy it from them. But I did that. But anyway, yeah, what I was going to say about that McGuire dude, for the Zirconia clubs, he said, when some of the people do use Clubbells, he calls it an American thing, where some people want to act just like their weights, their free weights or anything, act like something's heavier than it is, But when you're using about 25 pounds and stuff like that here, that looks like it's not much. But when you're using it as like a Clubbell, certain ways I do it. For skinnier people, it's going to You know, that's going to really work on your forearm, which you want. But what I did here is I finally took these and got some of that grippy tape on them to do that. And I got two different kinds here. These are some steel I had to shade, keep them from rusting. And then these two, they're a shiny metal. They're not aluminum. They're too heavy to be aluminum. We don't know if they're stainless or not. And somebody I knew said they might be titanium. But this is some kind of metal that, for some reason, you get oddball stuff when you work in a scrapyard, and I was able to obtain them. They do not pick up with a magnet. They're not aluminum. They're too heavy to be aluminum. If you took something aluminum, the size of this is going to weigh half this, but yeah, they are heavy. They're just as heavy as this. And these look like they might have been some kind of solid metal pins or rollers for some kind of equipment. But I obtained these ridiculously cheap, and I bought them from them. But put it this way, you sold these as scrap, you don't get much. But when I bought these from them when I worked for them, they may have made a little bit more than when they would buy some of them from scrap. I don't know. But yet I was still able to buy them for a ridiculously low price. But at the same time, maybe, I don't know, they might have made a teeny bit more off of me than when they would go and sell them to wherever they sell their junk. You know what I mean? So if you ask a scrapyard or ask a certain workplace that handles metal like this, they'd probably sell it to you for some kind of thing, or if you're allowed. And I have also used in my videos, which I worked at a scrapyard and got ridiculously cheap. The weightlifting bars, the 45-pound ones, and then the ones that look like the 45-pound ones, but they're same shape, but they weigh about 10 pounds less. But saw them in half, or get somebody that has a torch. In my case, had somebody that had a torch there because he cuts the heavy metal to pieces for whatever reason. Back when I worked there, and I had him cut them in half. If you have a way to actually have them cut in half, that's better than, I regard this as better than using fancy weightlifting machines like Bowflex, or if you don't want to go to Planet Fitness and you don't got time for a membership, and you can store this damn near anywhere. If you buy regular Clubbells from a weightlifting store, you do that. But my video here was mostly centered on how I'm transporting them if I want to carry all four of them, you know, like that, you know, but that's basic idea what I'm doing. I'm doing an improved way of this, but this is how kind of like you can just transport them around a little bit, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm doing it. And the reason why for using these, like I said too, you don't need fancy, elaborate machines. Whether you go to Planet Fitness or you go to buy them on your own, you do damn near the same exercise. You've got more freedom. You can run around in circles while doing it, walk side to side. And a lot of good reason different cultures exercise with weighted wooden or metal clubs. Way more convenient. You can store this away. This is way better than a fancy machine at a gym membership, or you charging money on your credit card or whatever to buy some fancy Bowflex machine, like several payments of several $100s. And this is all you need, or else get your Clubbells from the weightlifting store. They come in different sizes. But like I said, I'd also featured you can use crowbars, put 2 crowbars or 4 crowbars in each hand, 1 crowbar in each hand, or hold 2 in each hand, 4 in each hand like I have done. And tools like for cutting fence posts, like say you have a fence post digger next to you, you have those bars that with a flat sharp end you cut into the ground for loosen the ground up, but some of them have a ball shape on the end. But for digging, you can buy them for about, they cost a little bit of money if you go to a shop that sells tools like shovels, like hardware and all that. The hardware section in certain places will be selling them next to shovels, fence post diggers, but them you use them as pry bars, you know. I forget the proper name. I think a lot of people use them for along with a fence post digger, you know, chop out the hard ass dirt and rocks. But I used those, and I had an old railroad bar that I used. Like eventually, I'm gonna have matching sets of those. But the method of my madness is you can use heavier clubs, but then smaller things like whether it's crowbars or pry bars or rebars, and whether if you're a guy or a girl or whatever, maybe you don't want your girl and don't want you want to do just like Summer Huntington and all these other women that do clubbell yoga, not them big ass clubbells. You don't want big biceps or arms, but use something like maybe rebar, buy some kind of rebar from the hardware store, you know, spray paint them some nice silver and gold, and stretch your arms way out to the side with them, almost like the majorette baton things, but don't swing them around like a majorette baton, smack yourself in the face, but study the gestures and the ways of wielding it. You know, it's partially a medieval thing, you know, like this is like for everyone, you know, but this is basically just like the random chatter for some of you new guys that are coming along into like my channel, whether it's giving me either whether you look at it with dumb looks or stupid looks or turn up your nose with the like I said, I had a couple people, it's like I never made no big drama or no big thing about it or anything, made a video about it, but I seen a couple comments that show you the music I used, which I listen to music anyway while I'm doing this, whether I put it on YouTube or not. I had a dude tell me, oh, well, yeah, I'm listening to the music. I find it because it was next to the music I listen to, but this stuff is crazy. And then I answered him on comment, says, well, why is it crazy? What do you think? Fitness is crazy? If you're whatever type of person, musical taste you listen to, and if you just want to go around with just maybe black shirts and skinny arms and the regressive liberal types that are in all cultures, where they're not attacking anybody particular, but I have friends among all kind of different musical tastes and different statures. It's not the point, but I just wonder about some of the people, like, not that it bothers me, like the negative comments, and I'd say, well, why? And they just don't answer me back, you know, but and like when I feature the things like using these clubbells, I make my case of how you're able to do the knuckle push-ups and the knuckle walking for endurance and different things. I used another type of music that's when it was marketed as goth music, you know, group Community FK, and I used a couple of their songs. It's an old video. I ought to update it, but I was trying to feature step-by-step different kind of things that I'm doing, and I had a dude say, well, I like the music here, and I checked this out, but you're messed up in the head for doing that. What? Messed up in the head for doing knuckle push-ups? Explain that to me. I have a lot of legitimate things on the internet where people do the exercises for whatever martial art they're into or whatever fitness thing that they want to accomplish. It seems to me, regardless of opinion, there's a high following of different kind of fitness techniques out of there. So, I mean, out there, there's, as far as fitness techniques, whether you go to a gym, I said, the population that does fitness techniques, you know, even unorthodox, I don't think the majority of the world thinks anything is crazy there. It's just a small population. I mean, I can do a whole video on the people that are what you call regressive liberals. Some of them that are in religion, and some of them that are in the anti-religion. Some of them that are this and that. That just like some people that are pro or anti-drug or whatever. That think that it's just crazy or a waste of time. You just walk around with skinny arms, you know, listen to this music, do these drugs, or do this or that. And what? Uh, you're just crazy for whatever you're doing. I said, I don't think so. Like somebody explained that to me, but